how much and how many conversations, passionate conversations,
Yeah, man.
people have
Nice.
had about the cabinet. So, point taken on that. But what we have to focus on is what is the right system that we need to build so it's not people and personality dependent. It will deliver for us as Jamaicans. The other point, Colin, and I've been hammering this home, is despite the criticisms, notice that we recently had an election, and this in the electorate have decided to give the Jamaica Labour Party and Dr. Andrew Holness a third term. So coming out of the election for me, and for many of us, that is a public endorsement of leadership. So that is signaling that the Jamaican people are comfortable with the leadership style, the cabinet structure, that they trust the prime minister to deliver on stability and results. That is telling me that this third consecutive mandate, that the voters have effectively endorsed the governance approach. So it is now the prerogative how they would like to allocate portfolios and invest in ministerial leadership. The team in place is the one that the Jamaican people have chosen. And therefore, in the full democratic process, I'm going to honor their choice. So they have public confidence in continuity and support for institutional stability, despite the criticisms.
Colin, I can hear
That's
you.
it.
Your comment seem to the underbelly
Yes.
of it. It has to do with how the prime minister will ensure accountability and transparency. That is what I hear you basically saying. But I know you also want to comment on what Doc just said. Go ahead.
Yeah, there are two things. Doc, it is people who make the system work. You could have the best system in place. If you have bad people operating them, which we have in Jamaica, then we're going to have a problem. Two, yes, the GLP win the third term. But we must also remember, and I like how you framed it, the voters, majority of the voters, because 60% of the people on the voters list did not speak. And that's their fault. And I'm not blaming the win on that. However, when you look at where we are as a country, Doc, I mentioned earlier the health sector, which is top down. I mentioned the culture and the creative industry. And I want to know how the agriculture. I don't know if you're aware, Doc, that so far we have imported about $1.8 billion of food in Jamaica. And we have export only about 800 million. The other thing I want to say to you, the majority is not always right. And I'm not comparing anybody to Jesus in Jamaica, but I just want to use this analogy. When Jesus was on the cross and Pilate Pontius said to the people, who should we free as the norm? We always free somebody. They said, free Barabbas. I'm not saying that anybody in Jamaica is lying to Jesus, but I'm just showing you that to say to you that the majority is not always right. And a friend of mine said to me the other day, the government voted back themselves in power. And I don't know if I would have the time to explain to you how that works. But I will agree with you, the GLP win the government. But what we are seeing, this overweighted cabinet, will not be able to pay for itself. And as I said earlier, it's a pregnancy. It's coming, and we will see.
Dr. Dunkley, let's focus a little bit more then on the whole matter of accountability and transparency in the use of public funds by ministers and advisors. How will the Prime Minister ensure that that is met, accountability and transparency?
Absolutely. Great, excellent question. And so I hear Colin, and I absolutely take that point that it takes people to make the system work. In this particular case around accountability and transparency, we must strengthen the system. So, for example, the Integrity Commission, the Auditor General, and the Contractor General need full independence and resources from any government entity. You cannot police yourself. So, every system that I've been involved with, you would recognize that I've worked extremely closely with the Department of Justice. And one thing I have learned coming out as a consultant is that a body cannot police, it cannot grant oversight to itself. So these agencies must have full autonomy and independence from any interference or any engagement, whether or not it's interference. So that's number one. Strengthen the oversight institutions. Transparent procurement and reporting. So we need to publish all major contracts, tenders, and cabinet portfolio budgets online. The annual ministerial performance reports, which again ties back to the Jamaican people, will need to see that they're getting value for money. And I think that that will produce a positive outcome. It should be tabled in Parliament and accessible to the public. So we should have a performance report. And then we need clear cabinet performance measurable targets around crime reduction, education outcomes, and investment figures. Remember, right, that in sports, my husband always tells me this, when a sports team does not perform, you see how quickly, especially in American football, they fire that coach. So we need, if we don't get the outcomes, to ensure, again, to call into your point, having the right people in the bus. And then zero tolerance, right? So we have seen that ministers have been implicated, and quite frankly, quite a number of persons in credible corruption allegations. And we should have a system. So the system that I know, when you're under investigation, innocent or not, you step aside and you allow the investigation, and you are held in a holding pattern, and then based on the outcome of the investigation, you proceed.
Doc, you said that?
What? What? I'm talking, yeah, because I'm talking about the system. Yes, because we're talking, yes, I'm saying Richie B has asked, well, how do we ensure accountability and transparency? That's it. We have to build a system around it. And then I think, Richie B, we're here. So the citizen and the media engagement, I think the regular press briefings, I think that those play a critical role. I think expanding the access to government, the data portal, so citizens and journalists can scrutinize information in real time is also critical. But I think that those have to be the guardrails that we put in place to ensure that the system is transparent and accountable and not open to any influence or interference.
I'm going to allow you, Colin, to respond to what surprised you most about what Doc just said. But I mean, we note that the opposition is a much stronger opposition. Your numbers have pretty much doubled. And I also want you to tie into your answer how the opposition will hold the government accountable for its spending and for its policies. Go ahead, Colin.
Yeah, well, Richie, you heard Doc said that when somebody's accused of corruption or stuff like that, they should step aside. You look straight in the face of the Prime Minister when you say that, because the Prime Minister was under investigation for illicit enrichment by the Integrity Commission. The Integrity Commission had kicked that up the value chain by pushing it to the FID and the TOJ for further investigation. But the Prime Minister ran in the election and won. The other thing, Richie, is that Doc spoke about the independence of institutions like the Integrity Commission, the Auditor General. Bobby Montague was one of the men who was tearing the Integrity Commission apart. He's now a cabinet minister. So that doesn't spell any confidence of what is going to happen going forward. I want to ask Doc a question though. Do you think a sitting prime minister should be hustling and juggling, doing personal business, buying stocks and bonds while sitting in the office as prime minister? His wife, and let me not say his wife, let me say MP Juliet Holness, who is also Speaker of the House, and yes, the wife of the Prime Minister. Do you think that spells well for good governance, for transparency? And the Juliet, Mrs. Holness, MP Holness, is also a real estate developer actively in the market right now while being the Speaker of the House, with a lot of those agencies coming under her husband's portfolio. No transparency, no accountability can operate under this kind of environment. The opposition, Rich, is, yes, stronger, but I a member of the People's National Party and a paid-up member of the People's National Party. In fact, I'm the vice chairman of Region 2, which covers St. Mary, Portland, and St. Thomas. And I will say this publicly. I think the opposition needs to drop a little of this being decent in the House of Parliament. The
Colin,
opposition made it clear. Let me just finish it up. The opposition made it clear that they will not support Juliet Holness or Marissa Dalrymple Filbert to become Speaker of the House. Yet when they swore in, they go up and they shake Mrs. Holness' hand. Warmington Walkout never even shook the Prime Minister's hand. Now, if I am saying I am not supporting you for Speaker, I'm going to swear in and turn around and go shake the Prime Minister and shake Floyd Green and them and I'm not going to shake the Speaker of the House and I don't endorse you. I told you I wouldn't endorse you. And on the very same day, I must come back and shake your hand. The opposition needs to be more forthright, needs to be more firm and insist that some of the things that is happening in this House of Parliament stop. And I am begging them to bring to the Parliament that no sitting Prime Minister should be doing personal business while being a Prime Minister of Jamaica. It does not spell well. It shows conflict of interest and people lose confidence why the Prime Minister should be competing with me, Richie, a simple man, an average man. And like I always tell people, all men are not equal. The Prime Minister going to get preferential treatment every day. Any bank him walk in, him going to get preferential treatment.
I only have I only have a minute left, and I wanted to just allow
that to answer the question if Prime Minister should be hustling and juggling while in office.
Blessed is the man. Blessed.
Juliet Holness returning as Speaker of the House of Representatives, good move or bad? And Floyd Green, the new leader of government business in the House, good move or bad? What do you think? I'm Dion Jax Miller. Thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you. Blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly, nor standeth in the ways of sinners, nor sitteth in the seat of the scornful. But his delight is in the law of the Lord, and in his law do we meditate day and night. For we shall be like trees planted by the rivers of water, that bringeth forth our fruit in our season. Our leaves shall not wither, and whatsoever we do shall prosper. Welcome to the Colin Bell Show. We're live on Caribbean Radio HD and the Caribbean Radio 97.9 HD4. And we're coming to you from somewhere in the Caribbean. That's all I'll tell you. That we're not in Jamaica. No, we're not. We're on a tour of the Caribbean. Everything will be revealed in short order. So, what I'll tell you is that on Thursday, we were in Barbados. Yeah, on Thursday, we were in Barbados up until Friday. We were still in Barbados. And we have left Barbados. We're in another Caribbean. We'll not tell you which island we're upon until we leave the island there. And we're upon our next island. So we have the videos. We have everything. So for those of you who have not yet subscribed to my YouTube channel, because, yeah, the tour is sponsored by Portland Spice TV at YouTube. So for those of you who have not yet subscribed to my YouTube channel, please, I'm asking you to subscribe to the channel, like it, share it to all of your people. And of course, our TikTok channel is Shaka Fame at TikTok, SHACKAFAME at TikTok. And yes, do remember to download the Caribbean Radio HD app. Download it on your phone. Wherever you go, take Caribbean Radio with you. I mean, Caribbean Radio have the largest coverage as any one single radio station over there in Florida. So I want to big up my Jamaicans in Lauderhill. Big up on the damn self over there in Lauderhill. And big up to all the people in Broward County. Merrimar. Yeah, man. Merrimar. We're not going to circle any Pembroke and them place there. Big up on yourself. I want to say good evening to all the people who are in Jamaica. It's 5 o'clock where I am at. It's 4 o'clock in Jamaica. So, Bro G, the time lineup, drive time radio, 7 to 5. That's where we are on Caribbean Radio. 5 to 7, drive time radio. I want to say thanks to the producer who have been here making sure that everything ready make sure that we get off of the road on time to be at this spot. And of course, we're broadcasting from our hotel room. That's where we're broadcasting from. That's some of the backdrop outside. I was trying for you to get the pool into it because we have our own pool. Hey, Tala! Yes. So welcome, everybody. Now, we are going to get into some serious business. And hopefully tomorrow, we're going to be having Al Edwards. Al Edwards is the man that asked, yes, star girl. Brand new look on them. That's how we do it, man. We fly and then we drive. You know? So Al Edwards is the man that asked Favour Williams that the GLP plan to cut income tax from 25% to 15% would cost over $100 billion. And Favour Williams said it would cost just about $25 billion. We want to talk to him tomorrow. Because, you know, sometimes when Ralston come on, and we have no doubt about Ralston ability, but somehow want to believe Sir Ralston are bad for the PNP and missing the figure. So we want somebody who now have no allegiance to the side. And you'll see if you know you're the same figures that Ralston and I talk about. We also welcome any person who knows the figures and believe what the GLP is saying is true and want to come and explain those figures to us. We eagerly await your call. Now, there are some things that have been happening, and today a press conference was held. Very, very interesting. And what I'm going to do before I play that press conference, I'm going to play a speech made on the campaign trail by Peter Bunting. And also, it connects to the drill. Remember that $30 million drill? Because now that the campaign is gone, we can talk governance and we can put the thing on the table. And those of you who are up in your feelings and believe that we are preach politics will understand now that this is not politics, it's governance. It's talking about what is best for Jamaica land we love, what is happening, where the government is taking us. Is it that our leaders are doing right by the people? Now, I'm going to play the clip from Peter Bunting, and then I'm going to play something from the press conference today. There was a press conference today with Senator and Minister of Commerce and Investment, Auburn Hill. And I want you to listen. I want you to listen. Call some labor rights to me, because them love to say we tell lie. And I will tell anybody, Shaka Fame, don't come on here and tell no lie. And we invite you to challenge what we say. Yeah? TikTok, call up some people. Because watch this now. We are going to put something out there that we had extensive discussion on. And some people behave like a truth. So, make we get tonight, people. I don't want a phone call yet. Nobody not call me yet. Because I want to have a fulsome discussion with you all on this. I'm going to play this campaign speech from Peter Bunting. Listen to it. And then I'm going to play Senator Auburn Hill, Minister of Investment and Commerce. Senator Auburn Hill. Listen to Peter Bunting first.
Once again, we find this lawsuit government and its cronies attempting to gag any inquiry into potential corruption or prevent exposure of corruption. There is a company called Medical Technologies that supplies hundreds of millions in medical equipment to the Ministry of Health. The majority owner of the shares is listed as Donovan Williams. And if you have any doubt, it is the same Donovan Williams who is the outgoing member of parliament for this constituency of Central Kingston. When Dr. Dawes started investigating this transaction because persons from within the Ministry of Health who are afraid of victimization but couldn't take the thief in no more contact him and say, this transaction smells fishy, involving the supply of a drill that both those and many other medical professionals suspected was overpriced. So Dr. Dawes went to the company's office of Jamaica, and their records showed that Donovan Williams was the majority owner. The company's office of Jamaica. This was not just plucked out of thin air. This was not speculation. Comrade Dawes did the responsible thing. He went to the company's office of Jamaica and he found that the majority shareholder was Donovan Williams, outgoing member of parliament for Central Kingston. When he announced that, Williams started howl and protest that he is not really the owner, but holding the shares in trust for a still undisclosed owner, person A. Now, just stop and understand this. Here is a company selling hundreds of millions of dollars of medical equipment. Equipment that if it is flawed, can lead to death of Jamaicans. Equipment that if it is overpriced will mean that Jamaicans will die because less resources will be available for healthcare in Jamaica. And yet, this government supposedly does not know who the owner of medical technology is. A could stand for anything. I'm not going to say it stand for Andrew. No, I don't want to get me in any trouble. But A could stand for a money launderer. A could stand for a terrorist. A could stand for a criminal kingpin. Or it could stand for somebody with a clear conflict of interest in the Ministry of Health or within the health system. So, comrades, it don't end there. It don't end there. Comrades, I want you to listen to me. I want you to listen to me. Beg you cool down the argument in the front. This is very important. And remember, we're talking here tonight not just to Central Kingston. We're talking to the entire Jamaica. So I want you to listen closely. So this Donovan Williams has come out and declared that he is not the ultimate beneficial owner of this company, but he is just a trustee hiding the identity of the real owner. So let me just take you back, Comrade Floyd. I believe you and I were both in the Senate when we were debating the 2023 bill to amend the Companies Act. And in that debate, Senator Kamina Johnson-Smith warned Parliament, and I quote, "Failure to act risks FATF blacklisting." FATF stands for Financial Action Task Force. This is an international agency that if they graylist or worse, blacklist Jamaica, pure problems for our financial system, pure problems for our economy. She said failure to act risks FATF blacklisting, which would cripple Jamaica's economy, jeopardizing businesses, government operations, and everyday citizens by branding us as a high-risk jurisdiction. End quote. So what we now find Donovan Williams confessing is that Meditech, a company linked to this sitting Jamaica Labour Party MP, is openly violating this law. Meditech's breaches would include failure to disclose beneficial owners, those holding 25% plus of the shares, ignoring the 14-day statutory deadline to update corporate records, and submitting incomplete, delayed disclosures to authorities.
Thank you, Peter Bunting. So you just heard Peter Bunting in that political speech. It was a political speech in Western Kingston. But if you have been following the news in Jamaica and you were following the whole story around the drill, Donovan Williams, and you heard Peter Bunting did not itch to call his name because he said he's on the company's office document as the majority shareholder. But he said that he was holding those shares in trust for somebody else. What Peter Bunting explained is what the Jamaica law says, that you have 14 days to inform the company office after that law was passed of who the real owners of the shares are. And people were believing that we were fear-mongering and we were just chatting. No, in a press conference today, that press conference was held today at the Ministry of Investment and Commerce. Listen to the JLP Minister, Senator Harbin Hill. Listen to this.
Company's Office of Jamaica. Improvements in the Company's Office of Jamaica. The Grenada Way location is a disaster. Me up and said, this we have to get done, and this we have to get done, and doing was done by Company's Office largely. Now, what does that mean? That means that we are no longer on a grey list. We can now, I know certainly when I travel and go on my business missions, can say, hey, Jamaica is clean. We couldn't, for instance, the EU couldn't send 10 European Union euros, to Jamaica because they weren't allowed to, because we were on the grey list. The grey list originates way back from the OECD, which is start over there. So now people can send not $10, they can send 10 million euros. They can send an amount to invest in Jamaica. It's vital. The Company's Office, you would not know that, but they did a lot of that heavy lifting to get all the documents in place. And it was very important to identify who are beneficial owners, because that's what they were fearful of. You have all kinds of strange people from strange countries that you don't have their names and you can't find them. Well, under our law, which we change, help working from here with the Minister of Finance through Parliament, make sure that beneficial owners must be identified, a vital part of doing business in the international arena. That credibility strengthens confidence in our economy. Jamaica completed this process in a single coordinated attempt from the 13-point FATF action plan in 2020 to FATF verification in 2024 to the EU delisting in July 2025 without the need for extensions or a second plan. It was better than that. That sounds good for any reader. It was actually better than that. When we were finished at Jamaica House, I remember the lady who was was head of the secretariat coming from Europe said that the way we went about our fixing FATF was so good that they were going to use it as a model for other places. That's kudos to Jamaica. And yes, all the ministries that were involved, but again, a key role played by the Company's Office of Jamaica. COJ's contributions were central to establishing a beneficial ownership registry, which I mentioned. This trust is further reinforced by the foundations of our democracy. That's so important for us. This combination of strong governance and robust regulatory compliance makes Jamaica a safe place to invest, the right place to register a company, grow a business, and confidently engage with the Companies Office of Jamaica. You can send in your money, send in your money, clean money out, and the banking system takes over, but the first registrant is really the Companies Office of Jamaica.
So, you all hear that now. When we talk about FATF and we talk about Donovan Williams not declaring who the real owners of the shares are, I want to say I never joke, we did a make, and we never just a yap. A lot more of the things that we lay here, beer on the table, will be coming up front and center in short order. Me tell you no, we not tell lie yaso. I am not a vlogger nor a blogger. Colin Bell is a broadcaster with reputation to maintain. I have been a broadcaster since 1994. Yeah? Since 1994, before enough of no born, before enough of no have internet. Yeah? Me a broadcast before phones were prevalent. So, let me tell you something. Don't play with Colin Bell. Yeah? We not try a thing. We know this. And we're into this because we are serious about it. What go on, brother?
Boy, I'm going to tell you.
Talk to me.
This story we are talking about is a very interesting read. If you access the court document, it makes for a very, very, very interesting read.
And what the things are happening, you know?
It is so interesting that you know that this particular, if you look at it, it's heavily redacted. The court document is very heavily redacted.
Yes.
And they go beyond every scope to try and protect person A.
Mystical. Excellence.
Excellent. Yes, man.
I am hearing noise in your background. So please.
I'm saying to you, they go
Whatever you're
beyond.
listening to me and just mute that so that we can have
Yes,
the broadcast.
1 second. 1 second, yeah.
Yeah, man. You have to mute that. Because as I said to people, no disrespect, but this is not a vlog nor a blog. This is a broadcast.
I was saying to you,
yes,
that they go beyond every scope to protect person A.
Yes.
The only thing we know that is that person A is a very prominent and powerful person in Jamaica and possibly within the Jamaica Labour Party.
But the issue is, though, excellence. The law of Jamaica says, and you heard Arbin Hill put it forward a while ago, that the owners of the shares in every company must be identified to the Companies Office.
And that came out of a 2017 reform that took place. Because if you remember, we're on the FATF.
No, our thing about 2020, 2022.
Yeah, but it was signed off in 2020, I think.
Yeah.
2021, but we're on the FATF grey list, and those were the reasons why.
Yes.
You know? But now, if you read this court document, it's a beautiful document to read, because you'll find that at all material time, this company was started up with a lot of funding from person A.
Yes.
Person A, because it said that person A gave them money, and because they did not at the time, the company at the time, because if you read it is Bransford. I think it was Bransford versus Meditech versus Donovan Williams, right?
Yeah.
I just said that because the person, Meditech at the time, did not have an asset base, a decision was made to give them shares in the company.
Mm-hmm.
And if you watch the movement of the amount of business this company have been doing, especially with the GLP-related government, over the years, because the company was started in 2007, and then you look at the amount of business they have done in the government, you can realize that a lot of nepotism that took place in this company.
It is critical for us to know who person A is, because
but I'm going to tell you still,
to the amount,
the court order says,
as you said, the amount of contracts that this company gets from the government.
No, but you know what I'm going to tell you something? In the last part of the ruling, it is said that none of the parties could reveal who person A was, unless it is in like another trial. And in fact, the report from the judge was locked up in the registry of the Supreme Court.
But
It's on the lock and key.
Excellence. Here where the rubbish there in that. The law pass say company office must have that person name. No secret person can hold majority shares in a company in Jamaica again. And Donovan Williams, who is a member of the parliament, there's another question that he have to answer. Because when you're a member of parliament and getting government contract, you must be cleared. It must be known. Was Donovan Williams cleared to get these contracts as a member of parliament? Because I know Dr. Norman Dunn had clearance.
But Donovan Williams has maintained at all time that he was just the person protecting person A's interest. He never gave himself as the person who owned the shares.
But that's
an
a breach.
Important thing.
That is a breach of the law.
But what I find interesting though, Shaka, is Donovan Williams is a legal person.
He's a lawyer, yes.
Yes. And I have not seen because I think it is very interesting. Because I think this should be a matter where GLC come into play.
Well,
the GLC should come into play because if this matter is dealt with.
These things have to be revealed, though, Excellence. It's about time that we are now calling on the government to clean up them act. The people have given you another term. Clean up your act now.
You think that's it, Shaka? I'm going to tell you that the people have given another term, and they are saying another term for us to go deeper.
Well, let's see.
That's about that. But we'll talk, Shaka.
Blessings, my brother. You're listening to the Colin Bell Show. We're live on Caribbean Radio, 97.9 HD4. Clean quality. Bro-Gear Radio on Alexa. And remember to download the Caribbean Radio app. Well, somebody's saying, Colin, you're lucky. The veil must be removed according to the law. Megawatt said, bro, come on, God on time. Remember the country broke. It would have been a disaster for the PNP at the helm. But, you see, here's the difference. It couldn't be a disaster for the PNP at the helm because the PNP have plans to grow the economy. I listened to the press conference today, and a very, very interesting question was asked by the CM brother, Al Edwards. The man asked Arbinil a question today. A question that I would have asked. That me want to ask even the Prime Minister that very same question. And I'm going to play it for you because I also cut that clip. And I want to play it for the item because when we talk that Jamaica is in trouble, what's up? What's the app, Shaka? Oh, you mean the Caribbean Radio app? Just go Bro-Gear Caribbean Radio HD. Yeah, man, just go to the Play Store and you can download Caribbean Radio HD. Sounds like you're begging person to abide by the law. If you breach the law, you ought to be held accountable. That is what me are saying. Cocoa beans, that's the point we are making. But what is happening in Jamaica is that people who are breaking the law are getting away with the law. Because the law also saying, man, if you lodge money to somebody's account unidentified and you lodge cash over $1 million right away, That is $1 million. Right away, you know. That is a red flag. And remember, the Integrity Commission said over $4 million was lodged to the Prime Minister's account from an unidentified person. Yeah, over $4 million from an unidentified person. Them don't know who lodged over $4 million to the Prime Minister account. Here is Donovan Williams, Member of Parliament for Central Kingston, holding shares in secret for somebody against the laws of Jamaica. If you want to call us, I would suggest that you try WhatsApp. If you call me straight at work, you might have it might take a little longer. But 876-804-7072. This is the Colin Bell Show, live from our Caribbean tour. We're touring around the Caribbean. Tomorrow might come from somewhere else. So if tomorrow we change location, then we'll be able to tell you. Tomorrow might come from somewhere else. So if tomorrow we change location, then we'll be able to tell you today's location. But what I told you earlier was Thursday and Friday's location. We were in Barbados. Beautiful Barbados. I mean, yeah, the people are nice. The place was nice. We enjoyed ourselves. Yes, the place was nice. I like Barbados. Yeah. Well, you only went into one shop. The producer went into a gas station, into a food, to get food, breakfast, and they gave her attitude in less than a minute. But Barbados is nice. I love Barbados. I've been to Barbados. I think out of all the Caribbean islands, I've been to Barbados the most. Yeah, man. So, peeps, give me a call, 876-804-7072. Tell me what you think. Time come for the puss to come out of the bag. You see, I realize that a lot of people aren't talking about Mark Golding. And this is some of you. Never stop respond to you. You need to come up front, call and stop hide behind on a keypad. Good evening. Welcome to the Colin Bell Show.
Good evening, Mr. Bill.
Brother Marshy.
Yeah, man. May I have a question?
Yes.
Yes. Now, gone to the Constitutional Court, the one at West Central, St. Andrew.
Yes, that's the Prime Minister and Paul Buchanan.
Right. Now, tell me something. Suppose the case rule in Buchanan's favor and the Prime Minister lost that seat.
Tell
what
her.
happened to the multitude that he appoints? And mark my word, the multitude that he appoints. What is going to happen? Because he would be invalid, you know.
Let me tell you what would happen. Because the precedent has been set that the court would maybe send it to a re-election, a by-election. So they would go back and do over the election. The court, I don't think the court would even if Paul Buchanan win, I don't think the court would hand him the seat. But then the Prime Minister would have to step down. Well, what would happen is that there would be a call in the house that there's a stranger in the house.
Yes.
And therefore the Prime Minister would have to vacate his seat as Member of Parliament. And to be Prime Minister, you have to be a Member of Parliament. So the GLP would have to choose among themselves a Prime Minister.
So if that stranger is there and is there illegal, whatever he had done during that time, it couldn't be legal.
That no, Marshy, me have to put my hand on my head now. Because I would need further advice on that. I can't answer that question. I think it would be legal because at the time he was not recognized as a stranger. But that is something that I'd prefer to find out from the people who are more learned than I am.
So during the swearing in now of this multitude. I said it somewhere else. Now, Warmington, I never hear Warmington mix up in any money stealing or them thing there. We know about him out than this, otherwise we know about all of them thing there.
Yes.
We never hear Malawi Fort mix up in any money business.
Well,
right? And they've been left out. And we know say the other gentleman that left out is wanted. Either he's wanted in the US or he's haunted in Jamaica. Either he's wanted or he's haunted. But something might be wrong. Why him not in there?
All right. So the scoop I get, right, is that Auntie Marlene turned down what she was offered and said she don't want that. And then the Prime Minister says she not in the position for demand nothing. So if you don't want that, you don't get nothing. Was she sworn in?
You asked me a question. I don't remember. Well, should have to. Should have to, because at the time everybody sworn in.
No, everybody don't have to sworn in the same time. You know. If you can be absent and be sworn in at different time. But I don't remember seeing her.
Well, there we go. But now this multitude, where they going to get money to pay the multitude?
Well, the government find money to do what the government wants to do, you know, Marshy. So they are going to find the money to pay the multitude, because what I see happening here is the fact that the Prime Minister have to fix up himself, surround himself with loyalists that because remember now we're in trouble, you know. The court case with the Integrity Commission is a troubled case, that, you know.
Yes.
What is going to happen if the court rule against the Prime Minister in the Integrity Commission case?
What a bam bam. That's song 1960. 6061. 6061. What a bam bam.
I want you to know that I am the man who fight for the right and not the wrong. Bam bam dilam. Yeah.
No, sir. Something that look nice, you know. So no, I want to know. The country right now is running on an artificial dollar.
You
will agree with me.
Hold on, Marshy. Is Warmington? I hear people trying to talk about if Crawford cross floor. Hey, even though the GLP win the election, why are you all so desperate? But I want to come to this. I am confident that Everard Warmington is going to do one out of two things. I don't think the PNP want him, but Everard Warmington is going to declare himself an independent member of parliament. Everard Warmington is finished with the Jamaica Labour Party. So since you don't want to talk about who crossing floor or who going cross the floor, Everard Warmington is no longer going to be a member of the Jamaican Labour Party. Mark my word.
Me think so too. And when you come in independent, now the PNP may not want him, but they set the precedent that he's going to sit over the PNP side.
Yeah, man, over them over sit down.
Right. And let me tell you, knowing Warmington, if the PNP said something and him agree with it, he might go say yes.
Yeah, man. Listen.
Warmington is not a hypocrite, you know.
Listen, he feels disrespected by the Prime Minister because the Prime Minister did not offer him a senior position. And as you said earlier, we know that Warmington is out of order. He's rank, disrespectful.
Yes.
But so far, he has not been fingered in any monetary misdeeds or misaction.
Exactly so.
And you have two persons who are who have been looked at in some dishonest ways. One, giving gun license to people of unquestionable character, using taxpayers' money to buy used cars for police that we have not gotten all of them to date. You're talking about a $1,000 cake. You're talking about a sweetheart deal for Miss Ramnarak. You're talking about how many barrels of oil from Petrojam.
Yes.
And then you don't offer Warmington a seat. Warmington done with you. When the man was sworn in, you know what the man said? On behalf of the people, and he named him constituency. And then he said, for whom only?
Yes.
You hear that?
But
for whom only?
Yes.
Oh.
And you look, the operative word is only.
Yes. And that is why I am saying to my viewers and listeners this evening, Warmington is not on the GLP side as we speak.
Not. Exactly so. But yet you did start to name. You must also name another man who had 10 years in a deal with the hospital. You know how much hotel bill? You know how much hotel? How much 100-room hotel?
Let me tell you about one. The newest Hotel in Trelawney. The Acrela. That's the newest Hotel in Trelawney. 750 luxury room. Was built in 3 years at a cost of 15 billion Jamaican dollars.
How long do I deal with?
Huh?
How long do I deal with Cornwall Regional?
Cornwall Regional they have been dealing with that since 2016.
Good.
It's it's a 450 beds hospital, not 450 room, 450 bed. And we know Jamaican hospital them set up one long hallway with a whole heap of beds.
Yes. Yes.
And we are talking about $23 billion.
Yes.
And
it was estimated to cost $2 billion.
Yes, that was the first cost that the country was given. $2 billion to refurbish. And one little fool Rasta man. Him a Rasta still. Him a rascal. Our dreadlocks. No, him a not dreadlocks. Our dreadfox told me at the time that me a no engineer. Him don't know if me have no engineering skills. So how dare me say, because I remember 2016 I was on Styles FM doing talk show. And I said the government should lick down the hospital and build a new one.
Yes.
They got both suggestions to lick it down and to refurbish. Tufton and the Andrew Holness-led administration decide to refurbish. I said that was a foolish move. And this little dread fox trying to embarrass Colin Bell. You're an engineer. You don't have no expertise.
Yes.
Well, guess what?
Colin, yes, you're right. But Colin, me hear your interview, me hear Richard D. Radio, them did that interview you.
Yeah.
And a lady. How was the lady name again? Dr. Dunkley.
Yes.
And Dr. Dunkley try hard as she can to defend the Prime Minister and its multitude that he has appointed. And when you talk and when Dunkley talk, Dunkley turn around and lick the same Prime Minister where she had tried to defend.
Of course. You hear what Dr. Dunkley said? When you are under investigation, you should step aside and allow the investigation to be carried out. But when we say it, people say we attack politics.
Let
me tell you something.
Let me hear something. You know, Mr. Mighty God. I wonder if she realized what she had done.
Then, you know, when she say it, me say, did you just say that? Did you really say that?
Because me wonder, me wonder, let me say enough here, because then get too smart on the program where speak against the Prime Minister, you and Dr. Dunkley.
Well, I hope Dr. Dunkley doesn't have any side. Everybody know my Dunkley doesn't have any side. Everybody know my side. But I hope Dr. Dunkley is neutral.
Yes.
You know, even though she sounds at time like she wanted to defend the Prime Minister. But I always tell people, don't try to defend the indefensible.
Yeah. Before I go, Colin, I've been on for a while and I want to make somebody else come on. But hear me now, as I was saying at earlier, the dollar that we have in Jamaica is artificial.
The what?
Because we have to, the dollar, the US dollar is artificial.
Yeah.
Because remember, you know, we have to be pumping in money. Last week is 3 times we intervene, you know.
Oh, God. Let me tell you.
Right?
Let me tell you something. I heard a newscast while I was traveling to this Caribbean island. And it said that Jamaica have the highest net reserve in the Caribbean. And we do. But outside of Haiti, we have the lowest growth rate, the lowest growth in economy in the Caribbean.
Yes.
And the problem that a lot of people don't understand with that is that net reserve that we have, if you're not growing and you're not earning, and that start to go down, dog in your dinner, brother. Little more marshy.
Well, listen, no, just a quick little one here.
Yeah.
I want some Jamaica, when the Prime Minister said him cut the debt in half, I want many Jamaicans, many labor rights, because enough of them don't understand. They don't understand the national debt and the debt to GDP.
When the Prime Minister said him cut the debt to half and leave it at that, that's a major lie. But
it is a lie.
I will explain that, Marsh. I talk to you, here.
Bless up yourself, man. Good.
876-804-7072. This is the Colin Bell Show. We are live on Caribbean Radio HD. Hold on the caller, because I want to tell you know the app. Download the app. The app is CaribbeanRadioHD4.com. Download it to your phone, yeah? And make certain you carry Caribbean Radio everywhere with you. Brother Watto, good evening. Good evening, Brother Palmer. Go ahead, caller.
Good afternoon, Mr. Portland Spice.
Yes, good afternoon.
What I'm saying, as far as me see right, what is going on right now, is there distraction going on right now. Everybody talking about Warrington. People are talking about Damien, let them ask about Damien. Their distraction. We don't need no distraction right now, you know. Everybody needs, every PMP business to put themselves together and do what they have to do. You understand?
Yeah.
They can come up on top off of the distraction. Leave them with them koro and then going on and then talking and then going on.
Well, you see me as a broadcaster right now. You see me as a broadcaster right now. I am focused on the well-being of Jamaica and the Jamaican economy. So nobody now going to distract me, because anybody where I steal from the coffers right now, we must get rid of them. Because we don't have enough money for parliamentarians and civil servants to be stealing from the country's coffers. Every cent must be spent benefiting the people of Jamaica. And that's where I am at. That's where my focus is. I know my program heavy, you know, because it seems to be highly political. But I say to people, we are talking governance. The election is finished, and we want good governance in Jamaica. We want transparency. We want accountability. We want honesty. We want leaders who are willing to tell us the truth. And as a part of the fourth estate, my focus is on holding them to account. And that's why this evening we are calling on Donovan Williams, Member of Parliament for Central Kingston, to come clean. The law says you should not be holding shares in secret for anybody, and time to clean that up.
Yes. Full time.
Yes, ma'am.
At times, the PMP take off them gloves and stop them foolishness and then look at softness where them are going with and do what they have to do.
One of the other things that we're focusing on right now is the call to the Auditor General. The purchase of 110 American used buses for $1.4 billion must be investigated thoroughly, and the people of Jamaica get the truth on these buses.
Yes. Yes, sir.
So
accountability, integrity.
We will not be sidetracked. Damian Crawford is my friend, and I know what Damian Crawford is thinking. And like me, Damian can't be a Labourite. So all who are talking about that, they are trying to deflect and to distract us, as you say, caller.
Yeah, distraction. They want to distract us off of the right track.
All right, caller. Thanks for the call here.
Yes, keep on the right track.
Yes, I. Thank you.
Oh.
Hello, good evening. Welcome to the Colin Bell Show. We're live on Caribbean Radio HD4. Talk to me.
Good evening, Colin. How are you doing?
Junior!
What's up?
Junior, I bet you never tell me when I'm there.
No, sir, I have no idea. When you say a tour, when I think about it.
After me left from Jamaica, go for it on tour. Talk to me, Junior.
You brought like the boulevard heading to Spanish Town.
Huh?
You brought like the boulevard heading to Spanish Town.
Spanish? Where's about Spanish Town?
You say you're broad like the boulevard heading to Spanish Town.
Oh, broad like the boulevard to Spanish Town. Talk to me.
Yeah, man. Broad and large.
Yes.
Anyway, you're a part of the NEC, right?
Yes, I'm a member of the NEC.
All right. So if I give you a question, you can give the parliament here and so ask for me in parliament.
If you give me a question.
Yeah.
But me now have to go NEC so, if you give them. I can send it. Damian Crawford, I'm a friend.
Right,
Isaac
no
Buchanan is my MP. Mark Golden, me have him on speed dial. Peter Bunting, Julian Robinson. Me know the whole of them.
All right, good. Now, you can find out how my money go when go first rock.
Oh, what?
The money when go first rock.
Oh, the first rock money.
Yeah, you can find out for me how it go working out to go on with the money.
Yes, we can ask that money because the government, public sector should not invest in any company less than Fortune 5 companies.
400 million of money gone there, so.
Yes.
The other things, how much money and go SSL go?
Bruh, well, hold on. I heard that none of the government agencies lost money in SSL. But those are questions we need to ask. And that's why we're calling now on the new MPs and new ministers to come forward. I hear the Minister of Investment and Commerce gave out his number today, so you know me like it. So
all right.
I will be calling him for an interview.
Medical patrol, when I go mobile there, they all know my back shake up.
You're dropping a pothole.
Yeah, the pothole so deep, we almost could have see China.
Osh.
The other thing, right? How my money go with the crawl report? Me pay for the crawl report and we can't get it. Me pay the money for it, you know. My money pay for it. How the crawl report go?
The crawl report, that is the report for the SSL.
Yeah.
But then we don't pay for the FinSac report too.
Well, we know how the FinSac report go. Them not go and publish that. Because only go embrace an all-time friend. They don't know that. Because only go embrace an all-time friend. They don't know life go.
Oh, you say you know how the FinSac report go?
Yeah, and the FinSac report are over 30 years. I want to hear about the crowd report. The crowd report happened in the last 5 years.
Well,
so that more current.
Well, we've been calling for the crawl report to be released. There's also another report. A report was that they brought in consultant to do a report. You remember when they increased their salaries?
Oh, them got $1 billion for that.
$1 billion was paid for that report. And we can't see the report neither.
No, then them hide that. Remember. But you did Julius Caesar school?
Who that?
You did Shakespeare play Julius Caesar?
Yes.
In school?
Yes.
You realize that in our parliament we have a Brutus?
We have who?
Brutus.
Brutus.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now, can you imagine your father was the general secretary of the party, which make him a life member of the PMP?
Yeah.
And you turn around and stab your father in him back like that?
Why, Junior?
Brutus is a terrible state, you know. But when I heard, me feel it. Because the man father was a part of the Black Power movement, you know.
Yeah.
The man father was militant in Montego Bay when they torched them, when the hotel sector never want to deal with black people, you know.
Yeah.
And father and Tony Spalding come in a Montego Bay and make the hoteliers in Montego Bay know how life is, you know.
You're talking about D.K. Duncan.
Brutus Duncan. In fact, I was D.K. Duncan. Brutus, man.
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something, though. Listen, Junior. There's a saying that says 7 brothers, 7 different minds. And my father was a laborite. I could never be a laborite. So,
Colin.
I never beat Keith Duncan for be a laborite.
Colin.
Yeah.
My great-grandfather was a Baptist. My grandfather was a Baptist. My mother was a Baptist. How the hell must I go Adventist church?
Maybe you see the light?
No, sir. None can go so. My mother rang, and my grandfather rang, and my great-grandfather rang.
They could be wrong.
Now, your parents bring you up in the light, but you're supposed to come up in. Remember, in our time we were growing up, how our parents look on this thing and deal with it seriously. Remember, them say, we were brought up to look up on Nama man as a bright boy and try to elevate the man integrity and intellect,
Yes.
So we can depart from that.
Well, keep doing him do. And as I said to you, my father was a Labourite councillor for about 3 terms. I did not join the Jamaica Labour Party, never was a member, and would never become a member. So, me now going to knock Keith Duncan to choose his path, what he has seen or what benefit he plans to derive from being a Labourite. I now go beat him.
Boy, may I tell you, it look hard though. It look hard. Your father is general secretary, The man is a life member of the party,
Yo, one of the top organizer for the party.
Now remember, once you recall general secretary, until you're dead, you remember,
Yes.
So there's no way, kunmun, you're not fresh. You understand me? Why I think look at even at Dayton Campbell. The 2 most hated Jamaicans, in Jamaica by Labour Party, is Bunting and Campbell, the 2 men when you call their name Labour Green,
Yeah, man, I'm afraid of them for true, man. Peter Bunting and Dayton Campbell, Labourite, afraid of them like how devil afraid of holy water.
So let me understand where I'm talking about. You see where I come from now?
Yes. Well, Junior, let me tell you something. To each his own.
It's not so important anyway, but we just had to say it. Because, sometimes we must be real and stop being house slaves.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. You understand me? I say, and it's house slave mentality,
Yeah. Me call him bossy slave.
Yeah, man. When look for Andrew, right? Andrew is the best example of a house slave, if Michael Manley was never Prime Minister of Jamaica, you know, Andrew Holness could never be Prime Minister, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
If there was no Michael Manley, there would have been no Andrew Holness, you know.
Well,
So
guess what?
Sometimes I'm hearing talk. He is a hypocrite, you know.
Guess what? Not because you feed a man means say him a loyal to you, yeah? You have to remember that. A whole heap of people me do things for. In fact, there was a lady that her house burnt down.
Mm-hmm.
And the lady is a laborite. But her mother is a comrade. And they asked me for help. And some of my comrades said, don't help them because the daughter will manipulate the mother. And I said, well, guess what? If you said the mother has always been voting for the People's National Party, I am going to help her. I buy her 5 bags of cement. Yeah? Because the mother come and the mother said, Mr. Bell, thank you very much. And Ray. In my election, the mother call me to come here to go vote. And when I go for the mother to go vote, the daughter, she did collect the cement them. Daughter run me like dog. So when her house burned down, nobody never help her. And I looking at my face, you know. When me, in fact, I tell you something, there's more than that to the joke. The first 5 bags of cement I bought, some PNP said, nah, gear. She can't get it. And take it. And we go back and buy a next 5 bags and gear. And when election day, she run me like dog. Say her mother not coming out of the house. I think the lady eventually came to vote because the lady said nobody can stop her to vote for her party. But not because you feed somebody means that they are going to be loyal to you, my brother.
We have to understand something, you know, Colin. A true laborite will always be a true laborite, you know.
Tell her!
That person is a true laborite, you know.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
Those are the qualities that a laborite have, you know.
Yeah.
Look when a man like Danville Walker, who was head of EOJ, and
yeah,
he
man.
finally
PJ
run and a Jamaica Labour Party ticket. That's a true laborite, you know.
Yes, yes.
You see why this country can't get better?
Well, born to say the diet labour them are the problem, but little more junior.
You see exactly why this country can't get better.
Little more, let me take some more calls.
We talk.
Yeah,
cool,
man.
Cool.
876-804-7072. You're listening to the Colin Bell Show. We are live on Caribbean Radio HD as we tour the Caribbean. What a contrast. You know, Caribbean Radio, and we're touring the Caribbean. We're taking your calls. Hello, good evening. My name is Colin Bell. Welcome to the show.
Yeah, Shaka, good evening.
Yes.
You hear me properly?
You do what?
You can't hear me well?
Yeah, man, go ahead.
No, me ask this question based on the name there, the person A name there, in the company, So that thing there under Jagada too?
What?
For the name get released, it's under Jagada too?
The Jagada?
No, I'm saying like them don't want to tell you the next 9 or so people is under investigation. The name person A in the company register, that under Jagada too?
You ask if person A is under Jagada too?
Yeah.
But we don't know who's person A.
Who this person A.
We don't know who's person A.
If there's a law, but I'm saying if there's a law that passes, say the names have to be released, and these people are saying the international.
Hold on, Colin. I'm not hearing you good at all.
All right.
Go on now.
Let me take you out from my headphone.
Yo, you have a headphone. No, headphone and speakerphone no work, my brother. Please, when you're calling, don't use your headset and don't use your speakerphone. It don't work. Go ahead now.
I'm headphone, them a big time headphone, Shaka. Let me talk to you for all while. That's that I wanna get trouble now. Anyway, me I say if the foreign minister, I'm gonna say that talk about the what the body name, the international body, what they talk about, where they are Greyless, where they Greyless.
Oh, you talk about FATA.
If FATA clear them because them say, all right, Jamaica, I show a good sign. I say, you know, them and try clean up them act.
Yeah.
Then all them is fat after that, but yet still them have people in a company where them are hide. That don't make no sense to me. And law pass it to reveal. Then why people are all on it in a Jamaica? And if they want the name release, them can release it. But I guess, I don't know.
Well,
I guess
guess,
the people,
guess what happened?
I don't know if I say, Jamaica just get on my nerves with certain things.
No, you see, gradually, these things have to come to the fore because you can't be covering up. And as a legislature who is a lawmaker, you cannot be breaking the law. And that's why we brought those things to the fore to show the Jamaican people that we have a set of lawbreakers who are lawmakers. And you cannot have the lawmakers being the biggest lawbreakers. We have to fix these things.
Yeah, we do. I just that me call about that to you because it don't make no sense, Shaka.
None at all,
this not should have in the dark so long. This should have out on the floor and everybody know who this person is.
And that's why we are saying to the public and to the government now that the elections are over, here are some matters on the books that must be dealt with forthwith. We hear the Prime Minister talking about transparency and all of them things there. We know how to deal with these things.
Yeah, and as one of the callers said, the opposition needs to take off them gloves and don't do the play thing because remember, you know, the same Andrew Holness who sit down in a parliament for Mark Azan, you know, and say it's a dark day after the man spending more money to help both PNP and Labour Right Bill. Somebody could think for selling, you know.
Yeah, man.
And him come make a big stink out titan and then now him just there and I don't know, the PNP them need to deal with them people there. How them supposed to deal it.
All right, my brother. Respect.
And then now him just there and I don't know, the PNP them need to deal with them people there. How them supposed to deal it.
All right, my brother. Respect. Respect.
Yeah.
You see, we're protecting Jamaica. That is what we are on about. Some people are talking about come off of the government. You see, somehow, you know, only grace of God make car no bounce no down a road. Because I don't even have sense to know say you know if you walk in a vehicle. Go ahead, caller, talk to me.
Yes, Shaka.
Yes.
What was the estimate salary for the government, for parliament?
I hear all of figures. I have not done any calculation myself. Me hear 600 million. Me hear all of figures we hear for the year. That is going to cost for the size cabinet.
I don't think that was what table. Right? I think something like 500 million was table.
As I said, I've been hearing a lot of numbers. I have not crunched these numbers myself.
Card salary and other debt was almost $1 trillion. Right? And that's why King was saying they're going to have over $300 million. Everything else that they could use after them pay all the debt. Right?
Hold on, Sam, hold on. Colin, they said a bus. Nardi, you sure this is true? Madam Producer, check if there's any accident in Jamaica with any student for me. Just check all the media connection, all the connections that you have. I see Nardi posting something about overturn. Just check for me. Nardi, tell me she has repeated it. Breaking news. What kind? Which one of them? I don't even want to read out the message, Nardi. Hold on to Sam because this is serious.
Yeah,
she's saying she just saw it online. I think we should be able to go to RGR News. It's news time. Let me just.
All right, Colin, go on, deal with that.
No, we are here something. Hold this.
You go on, deal with it, man. Yeah.
Take and see if you hear anything. All right, Sam, thanks. But now they're just typing in one of the chat room that a bus has overturned in Jamaica. Dublin Castle Garden Town. Anybody else see anything about this? We're trying to find out if there's any credibility to our turn it down, little. Nardi say that she's seeing information online that a bus has overturned in Jamaica. We have not heard that. She said she just saw it online. So the producer is checking it out. And Georgia Williamson says, yes, Colin. Shaka, he was asking if a gag order to protect person A. No, I heard about the gag order to protect person A, but we couldn't answer that because we don't know who is person A. Hello, good evening. Welcome to the Colin Bell Show.
Yes, Mr. Bell. Good evening, Mr. Bell.
Yes.
You know, something more ask you about. You remember, you remember Nigel last political speech, budget. Him came, him saying he was going to lift import tax off a racehorse, right?
Yeah.
And then a few weeks after, it was in the TVJ news that him take 18 million out of the financial sector and buy racehorse. Out of $18 million go.
You know, I don't remember about that. I know say him did lift some tax
yeah,
of
man,
the
you can do some research.
Of racehorse.
Yeah,
but
and then, yeah, man, boy, about couple weeks after it was in the news that when he asked them to enter Jamaica and they have to quarantine them,
yeah,
I saw the news break out, you know, because they have to hold them around space there to test them for germs or diseases.
Yeah, that always
and they never get to. Yeah, right. So at that time, the news get it. So I don't hear nothing more about that. And that was 18 million and that was gone. So I no more argument.
Well, I forgot to check on that and get the details.
Yeah, man, check back on TVJ News, man.
All right.
And you will get it, man.
No, man, I remember the story, but I don't know what happened since that.
We never get back that 18 million that I heard just mentioned and done this. So.
When I look back for all the money.
Yeah, we want our money, man.
All right, my brother. Give
all
thanks.
Right. Yeah, man.
876-804-7072. We're trying to find out if there's any. Well, we're not doubting Nardi is one of our ardent listener, one of our ambassador, said that she heard it. I don't know the particulars of the accident. Hold on, caller. Report as surface. Let's pray for everybody's all right. And somebody else is saying, yes, true, students rush to UWI. Remove taxes from elite friends. Well, the taxes on racehorses a little bit. Go ahead, caller. Good evening.
Yeah, Shaka. Yeah, man. I just read it. As me read it, so me hear you say it. I just read it.
You just read what?
Say the bus turnover. But I don't know if I the famous school bus, you know. But I just read it.
You just read it?
Yes, I just read it online. Okay. Hold on, babes. Hold on. Yeah, man, I just read it.
Good evening, Mr. Bell. The live chat, the Jamaica Star. Look for it in the Jamaica Star, Madam Producer. The Jamaica Star have the bus accident story online on their website.
It's in a garden town.
In a garden town. I hope all our students are safe, and I really hope it's not any of the magic bus.
Yes.
I hope it's not any of the magic bus. Really hope it's not any of them.
Yeah.
The only thing I want about the magic bus, there are two things that I need to know. We need a testing to be done because there's a report that fumes from the exhaust is getting into the cabins of those buses. That is one of the reasons why they were decommissioned. And we want to know the true costs. So we want the Auditor General to get in it. We don't want none of them to crash. And some is saying, look in the Jamaica Gleaner, it's there to Madam Producer. All right, caller. Thanks much.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. 876-804-7072. Caribbean Radio 97.9 HD4. You want clean radio quality? Make certain you have a HD radio in your car, or get the Alexa and listen to us on Alexa. We are talking to you from one Caribbean island other than Jamaica. We're not in Jamaica. We are touring the Caribbean, and we are broadcasting live on Caribbean Radio. Just want to remind you, if you're just joining us, if you have not yet subscribed to my YouTube channel, please subscribe to Portland Spice TV at YouTube. Share it, like, and subscribe. Click the notification bell to ensure that whenever we are on, you're on. And my TikTok channel is Shaka Fame at TikTok. SHACKAFAME. We are on our way to 10,000 followers on TikTok. We are at 9,850 plus. So we need another 150 followers on TikTok. So, yeah, check it out. Oh, Lord. How would that know? Celine Browning. Such man now let you know the cost of the bus is Colin. Well, guess what? Him now have to tell you what the cost of the bus. A petition has been sent to the Auditor General. My signature upon it. Because we want to know. We want to know. Somebody saying the accident wasn't the infamous magic bus. Very well. I'm happy that. Yeah. Want our children to be safe. Hello, good evening. Welcome to the Colin Bell Show. Where are some, brother?
St. Vincent, you there?
No, I'm not at St. Vincent, I'm not at St. Lucia, I'm not at St. Martin.
Alright.
Where are you going with?
Tour though.
Eh?
She said you tour though.
Yeah, man. Where I'm at remind me of Portland so much. So beautiful. Now tell you, feel like me at Portland.
Eh?
Yes, man. Nice.
I mean a Grenada there.
Me not tell you where me there. Me just tell you that. Not tell you where me there. But where me there, nice.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, man. Chat to me. What go on?
Yeah. Wow, me and them in a trouble.
Eh?
Wow, me and them in a trouble.
Yeah, what me done with them, man? It's all right now. So I think it's true. The amount of people that have said it, we soon get the information.
If I have too much secret for the Prime Minister, you know?
Well, I'm not in. Well, the Prime Minister upset him. He's very upset. You see how the man just walk out of the Parliament. The man just, from whom only, I have to play that. I have to find a warm there and drop it for you. When him say from whom only, so help me God.
And
just march out of the Parliament.
The man attacking him short all man.
Yes, man. Yeah, man.
As he say, I'm upset God.
Him cross.
But too much secret for the Prime Minister, and the Prime Minister this him, you know.
Let me tell you something. You see, when you are a leader and you can't demand respect because you're messy, cloud over your head, and people have a whole heap of things about you, it makes it difficult to manage, my brother. And Prime Minister Andrew, based on all that is over his head, you know, he must try to appease everybody. And anybody who not appease, show them color. Because my information is that he offered Marlene Malawi Fort a position that she believed was beneath her. And she said she not take it.
Okay.
Oh, you know, if you offer Warmington nothing, Warmington walk out.
No respect. You can't tell the boss you not take certain position.
Yeah, man, walk out upon him, man. So
the Prime Minister talk about Constitution.
Well, I don't know if you heard him. Don't know if you heard him talking about transparency and accountability.
Yeah, and at the same time, he care about Wheatley and
Bobby
and,
Montague. Rubbish. Rubbish, my brother.
Yeah, and he must strongly protect the Constitution.
Well, you see, when you listen to some people sometime, you wonder what they must say, you know. Because you swear to uphold and to defend the Constitution, and every time anybody carry you go to court about the Constitution, you lose.
But the Prime Minister have said that and him not understand the Constitution because he lose so much time at court.
Or somebody saying it's a Toyota IS bus that met in the accident.
Okay.
Yeah. But, brother, we have to pray for Jamaica. And those of us who are not afraid and who are strong and who are willing to stand up for our country must be willing and ready to stand up for our country. I am one such person.
Corruption, everybody. That's why the Prime Minister went back because the corruption thing, nobody not treat it now differently. I understand.
We have normalized corruption in Jamaica, my brother. And a whole heap of people, because them are labor right, choose to defend the corruption. And I like to say to them, close your eyes. Look at what is happening. Pretend that it's the PNP in power. And what would your actions be if you find say PNP are rape the country like how them labor rights here rape it? What would you do? All right, my brother, give thanks.
All right, boss, take it easy.
Bless up. Yeah, man, you're listening to the Colin Bell Show. We're live on Portland Spice TV. We're live on Shaka Fame at TikTok. And you know, I want to say to the TikTokers, don't be afraid to call me. I'm not going to let up nobody in a box. We have a phone number. You couldn't vote for the PNP. Call me and tell me why you vote for the GLP. Call me and tell me about the good things that the Jamaica Labour Party are doing for Jamaica. Call me and tell me about the things that the labor rights are getting right in Jamaica that you are proud and happy about. Those are the kind of discussions that we have here. We're not just, I couldn't be a labor right. I have reasons. When I tell you that I could never be a labor right, I have reasons why I could not join the Jamaica Labour Party. So KR, you can hide behind your keyboard and chat. Call me and come to the arguments. Let me hear if you just talk and you don't really understand where I talk. Good evening. Welcome to the Colin Bell Show. Talk to me.
When I bought them costume, man.
Eh?
When I bought some costume, man, school bus them costume, man.
When I school bus crash?
Yeah, man.
Which one?
Yeah, I bought them buy, man, one costume, man.
Eh?
When I bought them buy, one crash.
One of the bus them when them buy, you mean the yellow bus them?
Yeah, man.
Which part of that crash? You mean Garden Town? Them says the IS bus is not one of the yellow bus. Eh? One of... Hold on, go again. You think I one of the yellow bus them?
No, I said the course of yellow bus them.
Or the bus lick up with one of the yellow bus?
Yeah.
Well, we soon get the full understanding.
All right, my dad. Go on with it, father.
All right, my brother. Respect and thanks for the call. 876-804-7072. This is the Colin Bell Show. We are live on Portland Spice TV and Shaka Fame at TikTok. And remember, I say, move that plus there from my face. Touch a plus. Touch a plus. We are on our way to 10,000. Yeah, man, we're on our way to 10,000. So if you have not yet touched the plus on my TikTok page, just go over my TikTok page, touch the plus, and forward. We're talking about Jamaica. And that's what we are going to be defending in this period. Jamaica. Governance. Good evening. Welcome to the Colin Bell Show. Hello?
Is that Colin Bell?
Yes, good evening.
I could not be a Labourite because it was so wicked. My stepfather died by a Labourite in St. Thomas.
You do what?
My stepfather died by a Labourite in St. Thomas. I couldn't be a Labourite.
When that?
2003.
2003, and Labourite.
Yeah.
Unalive your stepfather.
Yeah.
Eh?
Wait up more.
All right, cool.
Till when we can call?
Call me next week because this week we're up on tour.
All right.
Bless up yourself. We cannot sit back, you see, and allow people to just rape the country. So you have some people who want us to say nothing. Just sit back and allow corruption to take over Jamaica. Some of those who are saying that don't live in a Jamaica, so them now have to face the consequences of poor health care. Them now have to face the consequences of poor education, our schools lacking in the necessary equipment, the necessary facility to accommodate our students comfortably. A lot of people don't understand that when the resources are stolen, it is you, the citizens of Jamaica, who come up short every time some people pull them pocket. So we have to educate the people of Jamaica that the resources, hold on, caller, that the resources in Jamaica belongs to the people, the everyday man and woman on the street. Go ahead, caller. Thanks for calling.
Good evening. I was in Jamaica. I just came back this morning, basically, before the,
Yeah?
I ask a question. I see a video I go around where the police them going and kill a youth in a house. After the youth run, come open the door and let them in and thing. And them take him outside and then them ramp up the house and thing and then them all unplug the cameras and all them stuff there. Did you see this video?
Yes, I saw the video. I have been following the report. Indicom is doing their investigation. Indicom have all those videos that you have seen.
So what is the prognosis on the people who depend on that operation? Everybody should be pulled in.
Well, they have been pulled from frontline duty. That's what the news said.
Okay, everybody, not just few, everybody.
All the members, by my understanding of the reports that I've been getting, all the members have been pulled from frontline duty. And therefore, Indicom is digging deep into this one. You see, I normally warn Jamaican people that we must be our brother's keeper and we shouldn't wait until the crime reach our doorstep, because injustice to one of us is injustice to all of us. Yeah. So, people of Jamaica, we have to wake up. We stand with the police, However, we are saying that the police...
Colin, hold on, Colin, pause. We're not standing with the police who are doing these things. We are not standing with the police at this moment. Don't say that. Colin, listen to me, please. Just give me a minute. Just give me a minute. Give me a minute. Please give me a minute.
Hold on.
Me not say me stand against every police. Just come and say, all right, go on.
Caller, if you just let me finish, you'd understand where I am going.
Okay.
We stand with the police. However, we are saying that the systems must be put in place, especially when police are going on special operation like those. Body cameras must be standard procedure. I am saying to you, even if a man is a wrongdoer and you go in him yard, knock on him gate, him come through the door with him hands up, that man should not be meeting his maker. That man should be meeting a judge. So all I'm saying.
All right. So at this time, in terms of the road network and thing across the island, I drove through Claremont and enter 9 miles and go down in the Alexandra Brownstown region, right?
Yeah.
I found that the road from Claremont going into Bob Marley Foundation, where we know we're in Berry and thing where the tourism come.
Yeah.
The road there is in a very deplorable condition. I have video it, come drive to it, Virgin.
Yeah.
And then when we reach like 9 miles and start go backwards now, I notice that the road fix go all the way down like to Alexandra. It's not everywhere still, but I can see the new paint on the road. So you can see that it's just freshly done. What I say is that the politics are show too much, you know, because
too blatant, yes.
I guess you understand, say that section there in a Claremont and Alderton, Pricklepool in the region there was controlled by Lisa Anna, and them never allocate no money for deal them road there, but on the same road that lead to the same Bob Marley attraction. What's going on? It's just that Xavier Main is on the damn west side, and Lisa Anna are Kurt Russell name the new guy?
Because we have a government that is not mature enough to understand that you are government for the entire island. So what they do is that they delay money to the areas that we have PNP members of parliament. I am wondering what they are going to do now, realizing that there are more PNP members of parliament. You know, are they going to victimize nearly half of the country now because that's what they are good for?
But watch this now, Colin. Downtown Kingston, in the heart of Kingston, Matthews Lane and them place matter about Tower Street, Murray Street, the one them place Pitchan Street. Look like a shit house and dump hole, brethren. Why? In the city, Coronation Market, Spanish Town Road in front of Tivoli Garden and the place of Colin. How the place looks so?
Yeah, and that's a strong GLP area.
That's what I'm saying. How the place looks so?
Well, you hear me a while ago saying to some...
The road is so bad, you can't even drive properly. I lick out the RAV4 bottom, brethren. Me dropping in some hole, brethren. I can't believe it. I say, me and the man have to share one little spot of road. I have to swing from each other, swing in the lane and swing. What kind of madness is, brethren?
And them say the country are run good party. Glad you come and see
good, brethren. Them are there for the weekend and so I go and measure my arms house. Everywhere I go, the same thing. And the people, them is poor and hungry, brethren. In the hills when we go, all the people have to live off of agriculture, which nothing is wrong with, but I'm saying that the place dead, nothing not go on, and you know you have to wait long for yam come in, cabbage come in and everything, so you know so in between that nothing not go on, so I just weed man a plant and them things, and nothing not go on, brethren. The city towns are buy out by Chinese, brethren. Some building on me see when my little youth when I go through is not owned by Chinese, bro.
Well, yeah.
Does that go on?
The Chinese, them are buy out a whole lot of things, them. That is true.
Backside,
place them are buy out.
Come in. A backside come in and mine out the whole soil behind the people, so the agricultural land them is gone. When you look over and see the whole massive hole and the one going so nothing.
Yeah.
So they're shafting the people from all angles.
I have a clip I want to play with the Minister of Investment and Commerce when he was asked today how he's going to grow the economy. And the man wanted specifics, and I'm going to play the clip so you can listen to him. Here?
Go on, now listen more, listen to you. Go and play it. Little more. Me call on next day. Respect. One love.
Give thanks, my brother. Thanks for the call. You see, I'm telling you this. Those of you who love Jamaica, those of us who have chosen Jamaica and not chosen political party, we choose Jamaica because when all is said and done, it is Jamaica first. And I tell somebody on our TikTok program this morning, 6 hours me do every week, 6 hours before this camera with an open phone line, 876-804-7072. And we don't screen our calls. Anybody call, we answer because we are capable of taking the questions. We are capable of addressing the matters that needs to be addressed. And as we say, we speak truth. Truth is consistent. Truth is easy to remember. And hear me now, you TikTok. There are many lies and many liars. Truth is not afraid of being questioned, but the lies you have to hide. Listen to this.
Wait for the mic.
Minister, one of the things you've constantly stressed is the importance of exports in growing the economy. Now you're back as minister and the government is in for another term. What do you, or how do you want to spur that growth? I mean, you've insisted on it, and you've also insisted, one of the things you always said was that where our populations are small, you can't really grow with a population of just 3 million. You've got to look outward. You've said it consistently. But what do you want to do now to ensure that you can really put your foot on the accelerator in that regard?
Al is not my friend, but I didn't pay him for that question. But I love the question. Well, Al has said it clearly. We are not going to get rich selling to 3 million people who have a per capita GDP of 7,000 or just below. When you look at Cayman, for instance, Cayman has a very high per capita GDP. Bermuda has maybe the third or so highest per capita GDP in the world if it was assessed as an independent country, which it's not. It's 125,000 US dollars thereabout. Them no have no yam, them no have no mango, them no have no tomatoes. By much, they might grow some in them flower pots. You know what they do, Al? They do what we have not done for a long time, which we are about to do. We're going to elevate our services. We've learned a great deal from the BPO service. Okay, but when you go to the British Virgin Islands, the lawyers and the accountants are very often Jamaicans. You go to Cayman and Turks and Caicos. Bahamas, many of them sometimes are Jamaicans. We didn't provide them with the legal ecosystem to make sure our financial services business grow. Well, Minister Williams just changed the trust law, which I carried through the Senate. We have just changed the segregated accounts law. We're in the process now, waiting. The BOJ is coming back to us on the partnership accounts, the two kinds, general and what's the other one? General unlimited liability partnerships. All that is being put in place so that we can now become a really good high-level services sector. Why? Because lawyers and banks and rich people pay for that service. They want your trust. Jamaica is now very trustworthy. FATF is in place. You can transfer money anywhere. This is a place of growth for us. The other place that the Prime Minister has talked about so often is a logistics hub. I'm going on a trade mission in Asia soon, and part of that is to make sure we're looking investors to come and invest, but also the tariff and visa arrangements that are being changed so dramatically in the world. In every time there's an issue, you have to look for the opportunities. There are opportunities there for us. We are very close to the biggest market in the world. We are inviting people to set up Jamaican companies in Jamaica and make things and export from here. So those are the areas. And of course, the Prime Minister is right. The biggest export market is right here in Jamaica. It's called the hospitality business, the hotel business, which is why he's pushing Floyd and Ed and myself to make sure we make it work for us so that the hotels who are here, it will be better if we have consistent supply at a reasonable price to buy from us. But we have to make sure we produce. So we have a range of services that we're looking at. Tourism right now is the one strong product. It's always risky when all your eggs are in one basket. And so we have to look at those other areas to grow. Agriculture is probably the first, because training and getting the people in place and inviting people and they get the confidence to come here will take some time. But in the next 2, 3, 4 years, we must be a major service area for the wealthy and for the people who need that kind of service.
So that was the Minister of Investment Industry and Commerce. And you heard the question that was asked to him. How is he going to grow the Jamaican economy? Because that is one of the things that we've been talking about here on this program, the growth of the Jamaican economy. If we're not growing the economy sizably, then we're not going anywhere. We're not going to be able to uplift our people. Now, somebody said, I saw somebody on TikTok saying why we don't bring them up so that they can ask questions. If we bring you up on TikTok, the people on YouTube not going to be able to hear you. So that's why we open the phone lines. 876-804-7072. You can call me on WhatsApp. The call doesn't have to be straight. If you call me on WhatsApp, we can take the call. Once again, it's 876-804-7072. Call me and we can answer your questions. We are willing to talk. Now, very interesting in that answer given by the minister. Him no mention nothing about culture and the creative industry that we hear the Prime Minister talking about. This GLP administration is a pure talk shop. Pure talk shop. If you ever hear the minister, there's another clip with the minister that I want to play for you. Because this man is criticizing the procurement policy of Jamaica. The GLP has been in power for the last 9 years, and they have not been able to spend their capital budget.
It's a monumental occasion.
Hold on. They have not been able to spend their capital budget because what they claim is the procurement guideline. Now let me play this from the minister. One more clip from the minister. Show you these
my view now, my view. This procurement process was written when it was written, everybody who wrote it seemed to believe that everybody in Jamaica was a thief. It was made to, in other words, it was made to halt every single thing and check it 5 times before you could get it done. How are you going to build a country that way? Look at the roads. Let me tell you why I'm saying that. To get them to move. Now, clearly, I have my own properties. I buy properties. I bought properties for NCB when I was there. We set up the branch in Junction. I go to the board. I say to the board, blah, blah, blah about Junction. Them save money, them to borrow money. Actually, in 6 months, it became the best saving branch in the network of NCB. Because them to borrow people money. We in St. Elizabeth, no bother with that. We save our own money and use it. So anyway, they became the biggest deposit-taking branch in the country. But I could set up that branch. Once I go to the board, I get my budget, I'm gone. You try that in the government, then tell you how, then we'll probably leave out the PS. But then tell you how the minister thief, how the CEO, have our friend that get contract. Not go say no.
Hold the line, Colin. Hold the line.
So when the procurement process was written at a different time, it was written because, first of all, we didn't have so much transparency. And it was written at a time when people seem to have been robbing the government. So now we have gone through that experience. We need to revise it. She wants something done. She has to get the NLA to give evaluation, another person to give evaluation. Then she has to go search. When she search, she has to go back to the NLA and say, and the new place, when we get there, PS, what's your thought?
Realistic now, Minister?
Yeah.
18 months to 2 years.
You're one of those people who have read the procurement.
Until you get it changed, Minister.
That was a brilliant answer by the PS, because I think they're planning to do a new building, and he was asking the PS how long it going to take, and the PS said 18 months to 2 years. His argument to the PS also, you were one of the people who helped to write the procurement guideline. You are the PS say, when you change it, Minister. These people have the authority to change whatever is giving them problem. And they sat with it for the last 9 years and is blaming that for the lack of growth in Jamaica. Colin, good evening. Go ahead.
Yes, Colin. Good afternoon. Good evening.
Yeah, man. Welcome.
A few questions for you, Colin.
You having a headpiece?
No.
You don't have me on speakerphone?
No.
All right, go ahead.
Yeah, I have a question for you. If I divest the sugar factory to you, like the Long Pond Sugar Factory and the Hamden Sugar Factory to you, see? And you come there and all you do is cut up every plow that they used to plow the fields, all the plow you can think of to plow the fields. You cut them up and scrap the metal. You know what I mean? What would you say to that investor? Did they come to invest?
Or you come to look scrap metal?
That's what I'm saying. The Bruce Golding have divested the sugar factory, Hamden and Long Pond to some gangs from town. They call them Everglades. You know what I mean? Dulus is a part of that gang too. Dulus. You know it or not. And all they do, they cut up every equipment that they used to plow the fields. You know what I mean? Every equipment, they cut up every one of them and scrap them.
Wow.
You know what I mean? And those are the people, they say they divest the sugar factory.
They did what?
And you talk about, those are the people, they have divested the sugar factory too.
Yes, yes.
You know what I mean? And they cut up every plow you can think of that plow the fields and scrap the metal and sell it. You know what I mean? And those are the people that Bruce Golding has turned over the sugar factory to, man. And I tell you, mate. And you talk about agriculture.
Was Arbin Hill one of the persons who were at the helm of divesting these sugar factories?
Well, I'm not sure, you know, but I know Bruce Golding is the one who was in charge of when he was a part of the government
at the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Colin, they cut up every plow you can think of. Every plow, they plow the fields.
And do what? Sell them as scrap metal?
Yes, mate.
All right, my brother.
And you're talking about agriculture, and you know, Long Pond Sugar Factory has covered the world through the honey with Hamden, with part of St. James.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And that's what they do. That's what they do. A bunch of gangs who know nothing about agriculture, and they have turned the place in ghost town.
Remember them sell a man, them give a man some land over Burnham Lodge to, you know, say him go and make a model farm, and then what we realize is that they planting concrete at Burnham Lodge.
Yes, mate. I mean, and the sad thing now, sad thing about it now, you have Montague in charge of the lands now. That's see me. Colin.
Where say them a rub butter in a puss mouth?
Listen, mate. Those are people are a bunch of cesspools, mate. They can offer nothing in terms of growth to this country. They are a bunch of criminals.
Well, we're looking for the growth. We need growth. We're looking for it, brother.
Colin, don't fool yourself, Colin. You don't fool yourself. You know what I mean? Don't fool yourself, mate. They have no plans.
I have to
go to the country.
I have to maintain hope. Hope is not a strategy, but I have to maintain hope.
I agree, but Colin, you imagine those lands now is under Montague. Huh?
Hey. Wow. Somebody asked earlier about First Rock. Very interesting, but we'll talk again, yeah, my brother.
Take care, mate.
Blessings. 876-804-7072. This is the Colin Bell Show. We are live on Portland Spice TV. I want to give thanks to YouTube, you know. I want to give thanks to YouTube, and everybody can manage truth. Truth, a heavy metal, you know, producer. Truth, a heavy metal. And when you have truth, you know, people teeth get licked out. people get burst. Yeah? Truth beat you like a hammer. I remember as a little boy, used to be very rude. And sometime when me do something wrong, and my mother start cuss me, sometimes I used to feel like, yo, why not just beat me and done? And she cuss me and she talk, and the words pierce you. And that's why some people don't understand verbal abuse. It's not just physical abuse. There's verbal abuse because word sound is power. And any labor right will sit down and listen to Colin Bell for 2 hours. It's not a real labor right. No real labor right can't sit down and take 2 hours worth of truth. Them have to run. I know they have to run. That's when we see them over here. We just give them more truth and give them more truth and them take with themselves. Because truth is an offense, but it's not a shame. Yeah, man. Somebody's saying that, Colin, if you think you're going to give your ideas to the GLP and it make Jamaica better, them have a bridge to sell me. Colin, DP sit down and a record me. Then no me I start, not for record me. Not for record me, DP don't know nothing about governance. He don't know nothing about politics. Them just sit down and tell a bag of lies and talk garbage, have gut feelings. And Dr. Herbert Gill said when you have gut feelings, you must go tile it. This is where we speak truth to power. Yes, Stella. The producer said, the producer said, come to school to learn. Yeah? Because we are blessed by the Lord Jesus Christ. And it is He who hath made us and not we ourselves. I am a member of the Almighty Army. And I ask the Lord Jesus Christ to use me. Make me be Him loudspeaker. Speak through me. That's why we can only speak truth. Yeah? And we not bad mind nobody for what them have. We want to see people excel. We want to see people do well. And that's why we criticize constructively. We criticize the government. And for all of you who are here, you would also understand that when I criticize, I give solutions. I don't just come and criticize without solutions, because the Almighty bless us with vision. And like our anthem says, grant us vision lest we perish. Knowledge send us, Heavenly Father. Grant true wisdom from above. Justice, truth be ours forever in this Jamaica land we love. So, we are not here because we are looking hype. This is our work. We look at job to make money from that. But we do God's work when we come on here. To open the eyes of the people. And somebody said, yeah, but every day you not talk about this and you not talk about that and you not stop talk about it. You not think of time for. No, we can't stop preach it. We can't stop preach it. We can't stop preach it until God says so. Once God give us the breath, the health, and the strength, the wisdom, the knowledge, the understanding, and the vision, it is our responsibility to come and talk it. And if we don't come and talk it, we have a problem. Hello, good evening.
Hey, Colin, what's up? How you doing?
Good, man. Wagwan.
Cool, man. You said we can come up and answer a couple of questions.
Yeah, man. But if you're using a headset or if you have me on speaker, eliminate those and just talk straight into the phone.
I'm talking straight in the phone. It's on gargled or something. It's on away.
All right, go on, make we hear now.
All right, cool. So, you heard what the minister said about what he's looking at in terms of growth.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let me see. I've heard him say in the past that he wants to focus on the diaspora, that we can't look to grow the country by focusing on the 2 million people that we have here.
Right.
Today I hear him saying that he wants to look at upgrading the financial services that we offer to compete with the likes of the Cayman Islands and things. And so we're making changes to our laws to allow for that.
Yeah.
And of course, I've heard him say that they plan to leverage tourism to grow agriculture. All right, cool. So, but you sound like you didn't agree with him.
It's not that I didn't agree, because one of the things is the service sector. I do not see Jamaica right now really advancing in the service sector, because if you look at the customer service that we give in Jamaica, I don't know if you are pleased with our customer service. I am not pleased with our level of customer service. But I also see Jamaica not as wanting to be those kind of persons who are earned a little money there. And in terms of the Bahamas and the Cayman Islands, their population are much, much, much way smaller than Jamaica. And therefore, we need larger industry to grow the Jamaican economy. Looking still at the service, financials, we are not yet trusted. We have a prime minister that his statutory filing has not been certified. And if we think that won't cause a problem in that kind of industry, we're joking. That will cause a problem. So things like those, I don't see and remember him even talk about 2020, 27, 28, next 3-4 years before we start see any of that really maturing. So I put that one aside. He mentioned the logistics hub, which is something that is on the table from 2013. And they have not yet been able to move that. So I listened to him. I wondered. Agriculture is not a new thing. They have not been able to grow the agriculture sector since 2016. I don't know if you also remember that in 2016, they promised us 5% growth in 4 years, which they have never even gotten to 2%. So whatever they say right now, for me, I am just going to say, let's see. You had 9 years to do it. You didn't do it. Okay. You get another 5 or 4 years. Let's see what you do. So them say tenants in a while no dance. So me a look.
Okay, but Colin, your numbers about agriculture is incorrect. They have grown agriculture. Agriculture has grown by almost 40% since 20. Yeah, man. In terms of domestic,
hold on, little. You say agriculture has grown 40%.
Almost 40%.
Since 2016.
Yeah.
What is our food importation bill?
No. That's not how you do the calculation. You look at the domestic. You look at the domestic agricultural output. The domestic agricultural output in 2016 was around 500 and something thousand metric ton. Now it's almost 800 and something thousand metric tons. So they're producing more from agriculture. So the reason why there's a widening, in the numbers that you see, is that tourism has grown way, way faster than agriculture. And so the food that is needed for that is one of the main drivers that's pushing up the food bill.
All right. So tell me, what is the cause of 55% food insecurity in Jamaica?
All right. You're getting us something that me no know about. You're getting us something me no know about. I'm giving you the numbers. So you can look at the numbers and then start to tell me about food insecurity. I'm telling you what the numbers are. The numbers are that agriculture has jumped by almost 4%. Remember, say a couple of years ago, they had this big thing where they were talking about when they had mostly 800 and I can't remember if it was almost 850,000 metric tons. And they were, you remember all of that, Colin?
I don't remember those figures off the bat.
They've grown. They've grown agriculture since 20.
Hold on. I'm not going to challenge you on those figures at the minute, because I don't remember them off the bat. But what I can assure you, that as soon as I get off this, I am going to look up those numbers. And tomorrow, We're going to be back on at 4 o'clock or 5 o'clock, 4 o'clock Jamaica time tomorrow. We're going to come with those figures. Because what I can say to you, what I can say to you is that our food importation bill has doubled under this government.
Yeah, man, that is true. That is true.
That is true.
The driver behind that.
But
Hold on. The driver behind that, is tourism. Tourism, and even just us as a people, the demand for food has grown more and has outstripped our capacity to produce it, but the production has increased.
Hold on a little bit. Are you aware that this government had signed off on a plan to reduce our food importation bill by 25% by 2025?
I'm not sure, but it wouldn't be surprising.
So you're not aware of that?
I've said that. No, I'm not aware of that specific promise, but I wouldn't be surprised if what you're saying is true.
Caribbean, that was not just a Jamaican agreement. That was a Caribbean agreement.
But Colin,
instead of cutting our food importation bill.
Colin, I'm saying to you, I wouldn't be surprised if that is true. Governments always say that they want to cut the food importation bill.
Yeah.
But the problem is they have not been able to keep pace with the demand for it. The demand is growing way faster.
But you think we could have kept pace if we were deliberate? You think we could have?
They had some challenges which I see them now addressing.
What were those challenges?
Building cold storage, investing significantly in irrigation. Those are huge things that will make the adjustment. They need to do something else. We need to be looking at greater mechanization for a lot of our farms. Can't get there with some of the technology that we use in farming right now. So there has to be a radical upgrade where that is concerned. But
why have movements in terms of
cold? No, but you see them making steel. Oh, you mean the mechanization?
Yeah.
Because primarily that is generally left to the farmers to make that sort of investment.
No, but in developed countries, government subsidize farmers. Are you aware of that?
Colin, you're saying that government should find a wherewithal. I mean, remember,
hold on. Answer the question I asked you.
Wait, man. If what?
In developed countries, first world countries, government subsidize their farmers. Is that true? Are you aware of that?
That is true, and we cannot subsidize farmers.
Why
here
can't
in Jamaica. No, we cannot do it to the extent that it's done in first world countries.
All right,
that's just a fact. We don't have that money.
We don't?
No, we don't have that money.
Let me ask you a question. How much you think it would cost to make a deliberate drive to assist our farmers to cut the food importation bill by 25%? How much you think it would cost, roughly?
For the sort of subsidy that you're talking about, chances are require an increase in taxes.
No, man. Forget taxes. How much you think it would
cost? Ask me a question. No. Maybe around $20 billion. Really?
$20 billion?
At least, yeah. At least you should be looking at maybe around $8 billion, but realistically around $20 billion.
Hold on. Did I hear you say maybe we should be looking at about 8 billion?
No, I said at least, if you're looking at making a dent at the start, at least $8 billion.
All right.
But
suppose
realistically, Colin, let me finish.
Hold on, but you said it already,
realistically push it for. All right, go ahead.
Suppose I tell you that this government, this Andrew Holness-led administration, in the last year, gave away $12.4 billion in 2020,000.
And when? In which year?
2024 to 2025, because 1 billion of it, they are giving away that right now as we speak in a program that they call Solidarity. Before that, they gave away $11.4 billion to every Jamaican earning under $3 million a year. They gave us $20,000. I am saying to you, that money could have been pumped into agriculture.
Let me slow down. Let me slow down. Number one, they never did spend. They never did spend $11 billion. That was what they thought would have happened. I don't think they even got a chance to spend $7-point-something billion out of that.
But that money still
remember,
exists.
They targeted maybe around 600,000 people, and it's mostly 370-something thousand.
My brother.
People. That's number one. Number two. That's a one-off program, and that was a program that even the opposition support because
no. You never hear the no.
We are talking about Marky G stood up in Parliament when they said it and said that they should have given more.
Marky G.
Yeah, man.
In 2020.
Marky G.
Hold on, man.
Yeah, man. When they made that proposal, that specific proposal, the tax rebate, Marky G said that it should have been more. He said that all it can buy is not even a good KFC meal. Not even a good KFC meal. He said it should have been more.
But my brother.
You remember that, Colin?
But hold on. No. Mark never support that. In 2022,
Colin,
hold on, man.
Colin, Mark said the amount was not enough.
Mark said
the amount was not enough.
Mark in 2022 said $40 billion should have been allocated to assist Jamaicans coming out of COVID. That's 2022. I'm saying to you,
we're talking about 2024 when the tax rebate was announced by Nigel. Hey, Colin, all of this is on YouTube. It's very easy to go back and
this
check.
Is digital age.
Yeah.
But I am saying to you, I am not Mark Golden.
So remember,
I am not Mark Golden. I am saying to you that $12.4 billion is a major squander that could have gone into agriculture and see to it that we are deliberate about cutting the food importation bill. This government squandered that money. They used that money to buy the election.
No, but Colin, how can you say that?
I just said it. It was a vote buying program.
No, but Colin, me hear you. Here, listen to me, man. Me hear your point. Strong point to make. Me hear your point. You think it was a waste. But at the time, and by the way, I'm not resilient from telling you that Mark Golden said that the money was not enough, that it should have been more. And you can go back and look at the budget debate. Nigel Clark was the finance minister at the time. Mark Golden responded to it. Now, to the whole thing, the whole idea at the time, the biggest thing on everybody's lip was that people were suffering under the increase in food prices.
I don't know if it's the first.
Colin,
hold on, man.
Colin, let me make you
I have you on. No, listen. I have you on way longer than I keep on people. It's 5 minutes I keep on people.
Okay. No, I understand.
And I have you on for 13 minutes and 25 seconds.
No, that's cool, man. That's cool. I understand it. You have to call back tomorrow. We call back tomorrow.
Man.
We talk some more.
All right, cool.
All right, do some research, though, Colin. You have to do some research when you talk to me.
But I don't know. Respect. All right, give thanks. I don't know if you're just listening to this program, but from day one, Colin Bell, me no Mark Golden, Colin Bell from day one, Ralston Iman, we call that $12.4 billion the biggest squander of Jamaican money in the history of this country. And you hear him say, 8 billion could have made a dent in agriculture. 8 out of 12.4. But this government decided to buy vote with taxpayers' money. $12.4 billion. I want one man show me when do it for him 20,000. Because as I always tell you, I got 20 of that $1,000. Me get 20. Yeah? Me know? Tell her. But you see, you realize I've always been saying to you that $12.4 billion could have gone into agriculture, could have gone into renewable energies. Yeah? It is the biggest squander. We have scandal. We have waste. It is the biggest squander of Jamaican taxpayers' money ever happened in the history of this country. And I can't remember Mark Golden supporting that. I can't ever remember Mark Golden supporting that. But we will look. And you see, sometimes we hear these metric ton, how much more metric ton we produce. I believe the Minister of Agriculture just come and give some figures. How first world country can subsidize their farmers, and a country that needs that more, developing countries, are telling me that they can't afford to. You need to afford to support your farmers. Obviously, this administration had not learned from COVID when the ships couldn't come and food was not able to come to Jamaica at will. Any country that can't feed themselves is a set of invalid. We need to start focusing on feeding ourselves. So we need to ensure that our farmers have the necessary equipment and support to farm. That is why developed countries subsidize their farmers, because food security is national security. That's why I tell you, we have a government who does not understand how a country is run. And we have a set of people who believes that just because they are labor rights, whatever the GLP do is acceptable. I am saying to you, all and sundry, that we have to ensure, I'm going to take the final call, Madam Producer. We all have to ensure that food security is key in Jamaica. Caller, good evening. Hello, good evening.
Man, look, yeah, man. You hear me?
Yes, go ahead.
Yeah. So, man, look on how our country operates, and I'm not limiting it just to the current government, but government overall. We see it, find it important to create, to bolster the NIR, so that we have over $6 billion US right now. Why can't we take a similar approach to food security?
Because they don't understand food security, my brother.
God, the reason why I bring that up, I go a little bit biblical. You remember back when in the Bible when Joseph come to the Pharaoh and say, you have several fat years and several lean years.
And also, Pharaoh got a dream.
Yeah, no, I was just skipping the.
Oh, you're not skipping the dream.
So.
You're just going right to the meat of the matter. Yeah, all right.
Yeah, man. So the idea behind it was that you store in time of plenty, so that when in time of need, we won't.
Thank you.
We won't be deficient.
Yes.
So just like it's just we find it important to boost the NIR.
Yeah.
And all the NIR is doing is right now crutching up the Jamaican dollar.
Yeah. And we have to be taking money from it to supporting the dollar every time, because you know why we have to do that? Is the amount of food that we have to buy. That is one of the things. Our food importation bill is $1.8 billion, up from $800 million in 2016.
Mm-hmm.
So
Solomon said there's nothing new under the sun. So we can take principles from the Bible and use it to govern how we run the country now.
Yes.
And I don't understand why we try to invent the wheel over and over and over again. Even if, as I say, we can look at storing cornmeal and things that don't waste that easily, so that when the time comes, we have stuff. At least we're not gonna starve.
Brother,
but
let me tell you something. Any government that means Jamaica well have to look after the farmers, ensure that the farmers produce and their produce doesn't go to waste, and they have lands on which to farm on. They have equipment to till the soil. Government have a responsibility to assure our farmers that when they go in the field, they are looked after. Food security is national security.
Yeah.
Bless you, my brother. Thanks for the call.
Yeah, man. All right. Respect.
Thanks, everybody. Tomorrow evening, we're going to be with you again. May the good Lord continue to bless and keep you. make his face shine upon you and be gracious unto you. The Lord lift up his light and give you his peace now and forevermore. We're going to be on Portland Spice TV and possibly Shaka Fame at TikTok tomorrow evening. My viewers and my subscribers, share up the channel, like up the live, and of course, click the notification bell to ensure that whenever we are on, you're on. On TikTok, we are on our way. Let me look and tell you what we're there. We're on our way to 10,000 followers. Right now, we are at 9,887. Come on, people. Get me there. Please and thanks. I have over 1,000 people on YouTube right now. If you have not yet been following me on TikTok, please, let's go over TikTok, Shaka Fame. SHACKAFAME. And touch the plus. One love, my people. Gilly, blessings, my brother. Come on. Bless up, everybody. See you tomorrow evening. May the good Lord bless you and keep you. Safe travel upon the gravel. One love.